Hello, Earth signs. What is this? Sorry, I'm getting messages because I just turned on my computer. So we're going to do Earth signs first, but this is going to be a video for Earth and air. So Earth signs are Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Air signs are Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. If you want to check the timestamp pinned in the comments below, you can do so. Skip ahead to your reading. So we're going to start off with Earth, and we're going to start off with Capricorns. So my name is Ash. Welcome to your generalized weekly reading. So it can be about career, finance, love, romance, friendship, family, co-workers. Take it where it resonates for you. This is going to be for the week. And then I'll also pull you a couple oracles too to go with it. Well, actually, I'm going to pull you rune oracles this time. So Capricorns is the devil of the major arcana, and the 2, 3, 4 and Queen of Pentacles. I'm going to use the Hermetic Tarot with you guys. One more. Okay. Let's see. If you guys want to book a private reading with me and this resonates, you can do so in the description box below. And if it does resonate, I ask that you click like and subscribe, please. Okay. So you guys start off with the Hermit, which is Virgo, but it's reversed. And you also have the Seven of Wands, which is Leo. And then you have the Ace of Wands. So you could be dealing with a fire sign as well, Aries, Leo, Sag. So it doesn't have to be, but that's what it is. It's almost like you're too busy to really put in the effort the way you'd like things to. And it's causing you to not be able to put in all your effort into the right ways. So some of you may be noticing that you're screwing up at work, or that you're putting in so much effort, say at work, that your relationships are kind of falling to the wayside. But it seems like for you guys, Capricorn, that something seems to be going out of whack because you're not able to put your full focus towards it. And in the past, you have the card of Pisces with the Ten of Cups. So it just shows that, you had the happy family card where everything was emotionally stable. It was back and forth exchange among others, giving love to those who care for you. So your advice this week is the Judgment card reversed, or the Last Judgment. And the Judgment card is all about change and adapting and moving with the flow. And you may notice that things aren't moving quite the way you want. And that might be a good thing if you're not making the right decisions, right? So in the first few days of the week, you have the Lovers, which is Gemini. So Lovers is all about making important decisions when it comes to things that you're passionate about. It doesn't have to be love. It can be eternal love, but not always. It doesn't have to be. So it's just making sure that, when you make those important decisions, that you're thinking really straight, so you're making correct choices. And sometimes you have to adapt the way you're doing things in order to get there. So right now you have the Queen of Cups, Cancer, where you're at right now. And it's just showing where you're at a nice place emotionally. You're feeling emotionally stable, considering the hard work you're putting in. And the essence around you is you guys with the Four of Pentacles. So it's showing a lot of sort of going within and, really wanting to do the right thing. But you might just have to switch up and kind of go to plan B, because it seems like what you put out there isn't coming back. And that's your worry with the Wheel of Fortune reverse, that things aren't going to turn out. But by the end of the week, you're going to notice here with the Two of Pentacles, again, your guys' card, that things are going to sort of even themselves out. What was unbalanced is going to slowly start coming back into place and be a lot more calmer for you. Okay, so let's pull a few runes for you guys. See what we get. So runes is a Norse divination system, usually done on bone, wood, or rocks, most typically with our generation. But I am doing them from a friend's deck that he made in an oracle that he created. So if you want to purchase these, you can always get a hold of me by any of the links in the description box below too. Okay, so Capricorns for the week. Ooh, I like this. So you guys got Sawilo, Victory, Will, and Energy, and Elhaz, Protection. So it's realizing that things are going to be, that regardless what happens, things are always going to turn out okay. And that energy is ramping up. So you just need to be patient and give it its time. It's due diligence. It's sort of in gestation at this point. But be careful of any decisions you make this week, Capricorns. And other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful week. All right, so next we are on to Taurus. Welcome, Taurus, to your weekly generalized reading with me, Ash. I'm using the Hermetic Tarot as well as pulling a few oracles for you at the end, rune ones, which can be purchased by getting a hold of me in the link below. Okay. So if you find this reading resonates with you, I ask that you click like and subscribe. If you want to book a private reading with me, you can do so in the description box below. But for now, Taurus, we are going to do, like I said, a generalized weekly reading. So it can be about love and romance or other relationships like friendships, family, coworkers, and also be about finance and career. Just take it where it resonates for you guys. And then I'll pull a couple oracles for you at the end. So you guys are Taurus, which is the Empress, number 3 in the major arcana for Venus, which is your guys' planet. You're also the 5, 6, 7, and Knight of Pentacles. One more. Okay, so let's see where you guys are at this week. So I have the Six of Wands reversed, Leo, as well as the Foolish Man and the Four of Cups reversed, Cancer. So you guys are not able to create what it is you want. You're willing to take those risks, those leaps of faith, right? You're really kind of putting yourself out there trying to make changes. But I think some of you kind of stuck in your ways. You know, Taurus can be a real homebody and not like a lot of change. So you may be finding it to be a really hard transition for you right now. But not only that, it seems like a lot of you, it's more of your mindset emotionally right at this point. You could be focusing more on the negative instead of the positive that's there. So you really want to try to hone in on what is going good. Because in the past, you have the Eight of Cups, okay? So that's Pisces. You want to remember back to the things that really make you happy and bring those things into your world. So this week, your card for advice is the Moon, which is Pisces. And the Moon is telling you to make sure that you're honest with yourself. Okay, Taurus, make sure too that not only that you're honest with yourself, but that the people around you are being honest with you as well. You really want to use your instinctual side and really listen to what's going on. Now, in the first few days of the week, you have the Nine of Pentacles reversed, which is Virgo. And it's just showing a lack of personal satisfaction where your unhappiness is. There could be a little bit of issues with money there as well. But where you're at right now is the Death card. And the Death card's good in the major arcana and tarot because it means that there's a change in transition. And I know you guys may be finding it hard for that change, but it's a change that's going to serve you for the better. And the energy around you is Gemini, the lovers. So some of you could be in a relationship, could be dealing with a Gemini, but it's important decisions about your life and the things that matter most to you. And that kind of goes with all these changes that are coming forth. But you're worried about the Three of Swords where whatever it is you do is going to lead to heartbreak, something you can't change or get over, something that's not going to finish. But by the end of the week, you have the card of Leo, the sun. So think of it as a phoenix rising from the ashes, coming out stronger and more vivacious and full of vitality and energy, having that fiery nature behind you, backing you up. So you guys look like you're going to have an awesome week, but let's see what the oracles say. Now, these are runes from Norse mythology. My friend made them. Normally, they're on rune staves, which are like rocks, bone, or wood. Watch my cat. He likes to misbehave, but that was actually my guinea pig. Okay. So I think your guys' biggest problem this week or issue is just going to be your mindset, because you do have a lot of good coming in, but sometimes that change can be scary. So it's embracing the change for the good that it's going to bring. Okay. So let's see what I get for you guys. Cat's opening up the window and blinding me. So even though this is definitely a change, I think you guys have needed for a while. You have naughties, which is need. Sounds like naughty. but but it's showing that this is something that's almost like a sense of survival. So it could be something like you need a change in career in order to get money with COVID-19, who knows, needing to leave a relationship that's not serving you because you're not thriving in it anymore. But this is something that you've worked towards with Kanaz. And Digaz is all about the dawn of the new day. So even after the storm, the sun always rises, right? The day will always go on. So realize that even though things may seem a little bit stressful during this change and this sort of incorporation of these new events, realize, Taurus, that it's really going to be to your benefit, and enjoy the ride. That's what it's all about. Okay. So next, last but not least, for the earth signs, we have Virgos. Hey, Virgos. Welcome to your weekly reading with me, Ash. So this is going to be a generalized reading for the week for you guys. So it can be about love, it can be about romance, friendship, family, coworkers, finances, career. You take it where it resonates for you. And if it does, I ask that you click like and subscribe. If you want to donate or book a private reading with me, you can do so in the description box below, as well as where you can get a hold of me if you'd like to purchase the rune oracles that I'm using this week. Okay. So Virgos, you guys are the Hermit in the major arcana, as well as 8, 9, 10, and King of Pentacles. So let's see where you guys are at for the week. I'm going to use the Hermetic Tarot with you guys as well. And then we'll get to the air signs. Okay. So you guys have the King of Pentacles, you guys, as well as the Nine of Cups, Pisces, which I love to see, and the Ten of Swords, Gemini. So it seems like you guys kind of fell and hit rock bottom, or felt like you did, like you're hitting your breaking point. And because of that, you guys stepped up to the plate. You're crazy smart, crazy driven, and this shows because you're creating what it is you want to have for personal satisfaction emotionally. You guys are really delving in and creating what it is you want for your own happiness. And I love that because it shows in the past. Two of Pentacles, Capricorn, things becoming a little bit more stable for you guys. So you guys are really honing in and taking advantage of this opportunity. Now, your advice this week is the universe reversed. So you just, when I see that, it's just watching for things that can stand in your way, blocks. If there's movements you should make, don't be afraid to wait. But also, just double check whatever it is you do, get advice where you need to, where you can. That always helps. Now, in the first few days of the week, Virgos, you're going to have the 10 of Wands with Sagittarius reversed. So it's showing, and this is typical of you guys, where you're putting it all on your shoulders. No one can do it better than you guys. Faster just to do it yourselves. You know what you want. You're perfectionists, even though you have more of a hard time, being a perfectionist against yourself. You expect a lot of yourself, but because of that, you do a great job, but you're going to notice that a lot of the workload is going to fall on you because that's just naturally who you are. Now, where you're at right now is, I want to make sure that is Fortuna reversed. So it's showing that you've been dealing with a run of bad luck, but now things are swinging. That's the nice thing about the Wheel of Fortune, whether it's good or bad, it's constantly moving. So it's never going to stay in one position too long. Now, the essence around you is that of the Magician reverse. So that's where you want to make sure that you're making smart decisions this week and not going crazy. Make sure you're asking for sound advice from people where you can. that you're not being harsh and taking risks without truly thinking out your plans first. So don't be too hasty this week. You could also speak to the people around you who are lazy and maybe not doing what they want to do to create their future. Now, your want is the Queen of Cups, Cancer. So you're just wanting that emotional stability, that future where you feel safe and comfortable moving forward. And by the end of the week, you have the Death card, which is good in tarot. So the Death card, number 13 in the major arcana, is showing a nice shift and change for you guys. In essence, a rebirth. Phoenix rising from the ashes, wherever you want to say it. It'll be one door closing, another one opening for you guys for the better. So you will definitely be noticing some changes this week. And that's because you guys are willing to put in that hard work. So just make sure that you're kind of double checking stuff before you cross them out and have them done and complete. Make sure that they're exactly the way you'd like. But don't be afraid to ask for a little bit of help. Okay, so Virgos, let's see where you're at with the rune oracles. So typical of Virgos, actually, entirely. So you guys have Manaz, humanity and unity. A lot of you guys are healthcare workers. You're just people that give back to the public. You guys are doers and you do it as a passion. So that comes into play for a lot of you. You also have a Thela ancestry. It's sort of in your bones, that hardworking side of you, which I love. But you want to be careful. Tiwaz, victory, sacrifice and victory. It's reversed. Cartier, you want to make sure, when you're putting yourself out there and putting yourself at risk, that is for people and things that are worth your time. And like I said, don't be afraid to ask for help, or else you may burn yourself out in the meantime. Okay. So thank you, Earth signs. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time. Now we are on to air. Dun, dun, dun. I am going to start with Libras, and then I'll do Aquarius, and then Geminis. I always go by cardinals, fixed, immutable signs. Okay, so if you guys want to skip ahead to your reading, like I said before, you can do that in the tagged comment or pinned comment below and jump to your spot, not timestamp. If you want to book a private reading with me because this resonates, I would appreciate that. Or leave a donation. You can do so in the description box below, as well as purchase the rune oracles I'm using during your reading, Libras. If you find it resonates, honestly, click like and subscribe. So I am going to use the Starman Tarot with you guys, as well as a few oracles at the end of your reading. So this is going to be a overall generalized reading for the week. You guys take it where it resonates. It can be career, finance, love, relationships. It can be family, friendship, coworkers. You know where it's going to best fit for you guys. Okay, so you guys are Libras, which means in the major arcana, you are justice, number 11, or in Thoth Tarot, number 8. You guys are also the Queen, 2, 3, 4 of Swords. A little tarot lesson there for you guys. Okay, and just one more. Libras for the week. Okay, let's see where you guys are at. You guys really want to go in. You have a card of, you have any of the earth signs, so Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, but you also have the card of Leo, so you could be dealing with that. You don't have to be, but it's just showing here that there's been a lot of unnecessary fighting, and you really want to go within and take advantage of your opportunities and not sort of squash them. You don't need stuff that's just going to sort of hold you back, basically, is how I feel. And this shows too, because in the past, card of Sagittarius, 8 of Wands, you doing all the work, needing to ask for help, and that could be where the fighting is coming from, where it's more of a one-way street. You could be fighting with yourself too to make those changes. Now, your advice for the week, Libras, is the 3 of Wands. So this is gestation. It's Aries. Make sure that you are planting your seeds for the future and doing them wisely, so that way when they come back, they're actually going to do something for you. Now, in the first few days of the week, you have the Queen of Cups reversed, Cancer. So this is showing that there's going to be some emotional instability. I do believe we have a new moon coming up this week, I believe. So that might throw some people off emotionally too. Now, where you're at right now is the sacred clown or the fool. So it's showing that you're willing to take those risks and those leaps of faith, but you want to make sure that you're sacrificing and making those calls for things that are worth your time. Now, the energy around you is the Prince of Wands reverse, Scorpio. So you want to make sure that you're not allowing people that are going to affect your emotions. Some of you could be cusps with Scorpios, but don't allow your emotions to get in the way, create bitterness or arguing where there doesn't need to be there. It seems like a lot of unnecessary things that aren't going to matter a week from now, just sort of inane fighting. And that's your worry with the sun reversed, sort of killing that fire, that flame, that energy, and just sort of bringing things down to a more negative position. By the end of the week, you have the Eight of Swords reversed. So this is Gemini. Could be feeling like you guys are stuck in a sense. Like normally when you see the Eight of Swords, it's somebody who's in their mindset. They feel stuck, but a lot of times they put themselves in that position. So say if you're in a bad marriage and you feel like you can't get out, well, yeah, you can. You can get a divorce, things like that. So it's realizing that that feeling stuck is sort of your mindset, and it's having to come up with a game plan. If you're feeling stuck at work, in relationships, whatever, make sure that you guys take those action steps to change the situation because you're not actually stuck. Don't be afraid to ask for advice too. Okay, so Libras, let's see what we get for you. Okay, so you guys are going to notice that there's sort of an ending to a lot of things coming up this week. I think a lot of times for the better, but it may feel emotionally difficult for a lot of you. Now, you also have Ingwas, which is protection and patience. So realizing that things are going to come back because right now you have Burkino, which is fertility and abundance, kind of like the Empress card reversed. So things aren't going to come the way you'd like them to, but they're always going to get you where it is you're meant to be. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week, Libras, and I will see you next week. Okay, Aquarius, you are up. So Aquarius is the star card in the major arcana, as well as the 5, 6, 7, and the Knight of Swords. I'm going to do a generalized weekly reading for you guys where it's going to encompass whatever resonates for you, whether it's career, finance, friendship, family, co-workers, love, relationships, all that ooey gooey goodness. So you take it where it resonates for you, and if it does, I ask that you click like and subscribe. You want to book a private reading with me or leave a donation, or want to use the rune oracles that I'll be showing at the end of your reading, then you can do so in the description box below. So I'm going to use the Starman Tarot as well as those rune oracles after. It's hard to see where you guys are going to land because so far it's kind of each element is switching up and doing their own thing. So we'll see where Aquarius is headed. You guys always do things a little bit differently, make things your own. Let's see if that's the case this week. Okay. So Aquarius, we have Taurus as well as Scorpio and Pisces. So you guys are really feeling kind of abandoned, left out in a sense. You're kind of at this crossroads stage where you're looking back over where you've come. And I think it's because a lot of you are either one, being totally honest with yourself now, being open and aware and being willing to see things for what they are. I also think a lot of you have been screwed around by other people. And maybe that's finally coming into play where you're finally allowing yourself to see that. Okay. Or that it's becoming more noticeable to you now. Now, in the past, you have the King of Wands reversed. So you could have been dealing with a Sagittarius. It would be someone who's really aggressive, but not standing up for you, not doing the things they need to be there for you. Now, your advice this week is the Starman, which is magician. This is all about your life, and you get to decide how you want to make it. Now, of course, be smart about your decisions this week, but it's about deciding what it is you want, Aquarius, and not being afraid to go for it. Now, in the first few days of the week, you have the Two of Swords. So in this deck, it's a little confusing, but it's usually a woman with two swords like this and a bandana or whatever across her eyes, but she's not tied there. She's there because she chooses to be. She's a card of Libra. So she's sort of sitting there, and it's going to be your choice. Do you want another week of the same old, or do you want to switch things up, start creating the life you want? So that's where you're going to be faced with in the first few days of the week. Where you're at right now, you got the Seven of Swords. You're willing to put in that work. This is your guy's card. So really get out there and show the world what you got, because the energy around you is the Ten of Wands, Sag again. So this is someone, possibly you, that's willing to put in that hard work, willing to do it themselves, not needing to expect anything from anyone else, just willing to go at it full bore. So by the end of the week, you have the Princess of Swords. So it's going to show here for you guys a lot more opportunities. Again, your guys' card. So a lot more chances for growth. Really pay attention to the signs around you near the end of the week, because you're putting in hard work. That's where things come to fruition. And it is going to be all about you guys. And I think a lot of it's going to come at your own hands. All right, so let's see what we get for you guys for rune oracles for the week. So runes are normally rune staves that are little symbols that are, or letters, Elder Futhark. It's an alphabet, Norwegian alphabet. But it is normally carved into bone, wood, more traditionally now, stones, pretty little stones, that kind of thing. But this is an oracle, which I like using when doing readings, because you guys can see things for how I see it instead of just seeing a little symbol, especially over the camera. It's really hard for you guys to see it. Okay. So Aquarius for the week. I like this. It may not seem good, but you have Perthro, which is fate, kind of like the fate of the Norns, the three women that take care of the world ash tree. That is sort of like the tree of life in Norse mythology, where all the worlds reside. So you guys are going to notice here that there's going to be some changes. Now, for some of you, it could feel like the world is ending and, oh my God, it's awful, and you don't want to change, but it's all good because it's all bringing you to where you're meant to be. One door closes and another one opens. Hagalaz and Awaz, unity of life and death. So it's going to come on quick, but it's also because you guys are making quick changes too, right? You're putting in that hard work. So that's what happens when you do that. Things change. And I think that's exactly where a lot of you want to be. So I think that's awesome. All right, Aquarius, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you next time. Okay, and last but not least for the air signs, we have the Geminis. All right, we are just about to hit Gemini season. We might actually be in Gemini season by the next time I do a reading for you guys. Okay, so Geminis is the Lovers, number 6 in the major arcana, as well as 8, 9, 10, and King of Swords. So I'm going to use Starman Tarot, as well as a rune oracle my friend created. Runes are a divination system from Norse mythology, or from Norwegian. And if you are from Norway, then you would have used these little rune staves that are normally on bone or wood, or in this case, stone, more traditionally now. And they have the little Elder Futhark, which is their old letter system. And they're kind of like tarot cards, but I'm going to use them as a rune oracle that gives you more of a picture of what's going on. Okay, Geminis? And if you'd like to purchase those, or you find that the reading resonates and you want to book a private reading with me, you can do so in the description box below. If you find it resonates for you, I do ask that you click like and subscribe, though. That would be awesome. And I'm just going to pull you a few more. This is going to be your weekly generalized reading for the week. So it can be love, career, finances, friendship, family, coworkers. Take it where it resonates for you. And Gemini. Okay, let's see where you're at. So we have Pisces, as well as Libras, as well as Cancers. So we have a little bit of emotional upset. Does seem like there's been a lot put on your plate. You're doing a lot of the work emotionally to get better because there has been some emotional upset, but it's hard. You're putting in the work, but some of you may be feeling like whatever it is you're working towards, maybe you're not really going to get it. Even though you're doing the work, you may be having a little bit of a loss of faith when it comes to it. Now, in the past, you have the Ace of Pentacles. So this is where this shows you putting yourself first, kind of putting your well-being where it should be in the forefront. You could also be dealing with an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Don't have to be, but your advice this week is the Starman #1 reversed. So it's making sure that if you make any major decisions this week, that you're crossing your T's, dotting your I's, double checking everything. Ask for advice. It's cool to make changes if you need to, make your sacrifices, make your options available to you, but make sure that you are making the right decision when you do it. Be very confident and clear. Now, in the first few days of the week, you have the Eight of Swords, which is your guys' card, your first deacon. So that would be around the end of June. No, that'll be the end of May, sorry. About May 22nd, May 23rd to about June 1st, June 2nd or 3rd. Anyways, for those of you born then, just showing that, you may feel stuck. And normally it's something we have in our own mind, like we know that we could get out of it, but we're feeling stuck and not sure what to do. So that's something you're going to want to work towards and realize that you aren't actually stuck. It's just a mental mindset that you can get yourself out of this, because where you're at right now is the Nine of Wands, Sagittarius. This is that, it's hard to tell with these cards, but normally it's that person who's struggling and fighting and they've got a bandage around them. And this is a person that's that hard-ass warrior that never gives up. And that's you guys. So you're definitely going to make it. No matter what crosses your path, you guys are always on board. Now, the energy around you is that of the Hierophant. So you could be dealing with a lot of people that you could go to for advice. You may be dealing with people that, have a lot of the same traditional values as you, or a little dogmatic a little bit. People that are important to you. Could also mean a pending marriage. Now, your hopes and fears for this week is the King of Pentacles. So you just want to make sure that you come up on top. You have that smart, wise way about you, and you want that to show. You want what's best for you to be at its maximum. By the end of the week, Virgo, Nine of Pentacles, you guys have self-satisfaction when it comes to your well-being. So your hard work, Geminis, is paying off, and I love to see it. You guys are putting in that work, and it's showing by the end of the week. You may have a little bit of struggle. Your mindset may be a little kind of uncertain as to whether or not it's really going to happen, if things are really going to change, but really put in that work. Don't be afraid to ask for advice from those good people around you, and you are going to kick butt by the end of the week. All right, Geminis? Okay, so let's see what we get for you guys for your rune oracles. Gemini. Oh, I love that. So this is going to be something you guys need. Naughtiest. So this is all about what's important to you. Almost like your survival mechanism, in a sense, is to fight. And when you need it, you're going to go get it. And this week isn't going to be about other people. It's going to be about yourself. And I don't think that's a bad thing in this case. Then you get Thorisaz. Okay, so it's about brute strength, decision, and defense. Make those right decisions, and then Geminis go after it full abandon, because your world is sitting right there for the taking, so you may as well go get it, because you guys are smart and driven to go have it. So Go enjoy this week, air signs. I hope you all have a wonderful week. And this goes for the earth signs too. And I shall see you next week. Bye, guys. Take care.